Okay, I'm hoping this time we do this everyone can hear me, because the last two times I've tried to stream on this PS5, we have not been able to be heard. So, welcome to Spyro the Dragon. I tried to do this game a few years ago on my PS4. However, obviously it did not succeed because A, I never finished it, and I think I was on hub area number 2, but I think I was on world 1 of that. So we are going to completely restart this. We're going to obviously start with Spyro the Dragon, but this is also sort of a life update and all that. So I'm actually going to text one of my admins. It's actually my husband, ShutTech, to see if we can hear the audio this time, because I have headsets fully on. But this is my first stream in a while, so hopefully y'all can hear it. So if I'm quiet for a minute, please forgive me.
Okay, rolling.
It's been peaceful here in the 5 worlds, or is it 6? For a dragon's age, we now have 12,000 treasure, or is it 14,000?
What about this Ganasty Ganok character? Now, I understand he's found a magic spell to turn gems into warriors for his cause.
I'll take that question. Nasty Nork is a simple creature.
Simple?
He has been contained in a remote world and is no threat to the Dragon Kingdom.
No threat?
Besides, he is ugly.
Alright, I don't know if I'll be able to get him on, because he might be asleep. Oh! Nope, that's his end. Sorry, I have his messenger connected to my phone as well. It's just like an agreement me and my husband have, so. So, hold on. Alright, now the only thing is you guys are going to see me do this a little bit differently than how you would expect, just because I've learned a different way I like doing this. And yes, I know there are flying levels. I never do them. Just letting y'all know. I never do the flying levels. It's just something that's really hard for me, and you will watch me fall and fail a lot. So I'm making the choice not to do any of the flying levels. That is the only part you will not get. Otherwise, you're going to get pretty much 100% of each level. Maybe like a few later levels that I don't 100%, but... Anyway, you can see that we're starting out burning this guy. One of my favorite parts. So what you can see, guys, that I'm doing is I'm actually going around and collecting all the gems first. This is just a personal thing that I like to do. So we're in the hub world right now, and what I like to do is complete each of the hub worlds first before I do the rest of the worlds. And this is just like I said, this is a personal thing of mine. You can obviously complete these worlds any way you want. But anyway, on to life update. So ShutTech sort of mentioned this in one of his things. But we have moved into a brand new apartment. So yay! Yay us! Life is good. And a lot of people have been asking why we did that. Very simple. Our apartment was not a good place to live, and as many of you know, we have 2 young kids. Also, I forgot to apologize for this earlier. Sorry if my voice is off, guys. I have been sick for like 2 or 3 weeks. So, if my voice is a little off, I apologize, guys. So let me get these 3. But anyway, distraction! But anyway, back to life update. So, what it is that we moved into a new apartment, and we also got new jobs, so that has been keeping us fairly busy. Now, I know a big question for everyone in Texas is, are we going to finally return to Anime Matsuri? Right now, that is up in the air, guys. And let me explain why. It is not that we do not love the convention. It is nothing against the con. It is nothing against the people going. This just simply has to do with travel arrangements and such. Because something that people don't think of with conventions is that a lot of times you have to travel in order to get there. At least the people I speak to do not think of this. I'm not saying not everyone doesn't think of this. But the people that I talk to basically don't always think of the fact that you need to travel in order to go to these things. And that's ultimately what it is with me. And Shatak, because he moved up here to Ohio back in 2021. So we have to make that decision in January. So obviously there will be an announcement if we make that decision to go in January. But yeah. Alright, so I'm getting the last bit of the gems here, guys. Like I said, this is kind of a personal thing that I like to do. I like to get all the gems first. Alright, so you can see on the bottom, we have 100 out of 100. And now I'm going to go get the dragons. Now, I'm going to skip the little dragon cutscenes just because I've seen them 500 times. I've seen them 500,000 times. So, but I'm going to skip the little dragon cutscenes and we're going to do this my way. And a lot of this early stuff, you know, if you've never played Spyro before, a lot of these, especially in this world, this hub world, and these first several worlds, a lot of the dragons are going to be doing tutorial stuff. So, Spyro originally came out back in 1997, so I played this on the original PlayStation way back when. So,
For releasing me, Spyro. Free 10 dragons.
I played this,
Find the balloonist. He'll
trying to think of the
transport you
best
to
way to say this. I played this way back on the PlayStation, and it was
That's all I can
a long time ago. So, I have a hard time talking tonight. Can't believe it. Normally I do not have this much trouble. So, basically, alright, so there's all 4 dragons. Basically, I played this back on the original PlayStation, so I'm old. I'm gonna put it where it is. Alright, so we got all 4 dragons, so if I go into the guidebook here, you're going to see the Artisan's Hub World, as of right now, is 100%. Now there's only one thing I'm gonna do real quick, and I have to look it up. Unfortunately, guys, I do this a lot. I cheat. So these cheat codes that you enter are from the original game. They're from the original PlayStation game, and when they were imported in, when they redesigned the game and they redid everything, they never took them out. So I use them to my advantage. Sorry guys, I know people don't like you doing that, but I like doing that, so give me a moment. Alright, so you'll see that pops my lives up to 99. That's the only code I use. I don't use like the whole super flame toggle and, you know, all of this stuff. I do not use that. You know, I don't use the other codes because it's just weird, you know. But they were in the original game. Sorry, I like to burn the chickens. Fried chicken, anybody? But right now I'm doing kind of the hub world you would, or not the hub world, the world that you would do last, so that world that's kind of in the middle there, that is the one you would do first, and then you would do the little, I don't know the names of all the worlds, so please forgive me if I'm saying this wrong. I think it's called Stony Night. You would do that one second, and then you would do this third normally, but I'm a weird person, and I like to do things backwards. So, we're gonna fly over here, get a life. Now, you can see that my lives didn't go up because I cheated. I'm gonna openly put it, I cheated. I used to use the Game Shark back when it was a thing. I openly will say that I cheat. You know, and some of them are just gonna say like funny stuff like that. So, a lot of enemies you can burn, a lot of them you can, you know, you'll be able to do your own thing with. Sorry guys, I was adjusting my volume real quick because it was a lot louder than I thought it was. So, you can do all kinds of stuff with it. And I just like to make fried chicken. Don't ask why. I just like to do that. That's a personal thing. And you can get like a little trophy thing for hitting all those guys and then burning them, but I just like to burn them. I like the flame attack the most, as a lot of people can figure out. Alright, now here's the thing that I'm about to do that is going to frustrate a lot of people. It frustrated me like the first 20 something times I've done it. And hopefully, because sometimes I do get it on the first shot, I can do that today. Oh my god, I did. So that glide around took me probably about 20 to 30 times to complete on my first try. So hopefully when I do it the second time around after the egg thief, I can get it without having to do it like that many times. And you can see the silver chest you're going to have to headbutt. So what you're going to do for this guy, there's a little trick to him. You're going to jump down and burn him as he's jumping up. So if you do that, you will have a much easier time than chasing him around. Like, there's going to be some levels you're going to have to chase him. But in this level, if you jump down as he's jumping back up and burn him, you will have like a 10 times easier time of getting that dragon egg. So there are little collectibles like dragon eggs and different things. And this goes for each Spyro game, but mainly I like it in Spyro 1. Oh, I got it the second time too. Cool. So you're going to have to do that glide twice, which is why it's so frustrating if you cannot get it. Because you will miss half the level if you do that. Like, if you do not get that glide, you will miss like 3/4 of the level. You will not 100% it. And I'm going for at least 100% on the first 2 hub worlds, because those are what I know I can get. But, you know, maybe we can get more. And obviously, roasted beef. So, yay, we got 100% on our jewels. Now let's see if we can get all of our dragons. Hopefully I didn't miss one. Oh, yay, I got it. So, you can see, now it says, now anything with a triangle is going to be your, you know, little worlds thing. But, you know, anything with And here's where you see your skill points. So you saw when I did the glide in the Artisan's World that I got a skill point. So I'm not going to show you how to do all of those on this stream, but you know, this is mainly just for fun, and because I basically, you know, I basically tried to do this like several years ago, and I succeeded. Oh, that's the other thing. You can do this in the world, and you can glide down and glide up. I wish you could glide. You know, you can do side gliding. So, now here's a cool little thing. I'm not going to do it this time, because normally I do this. See how this time instead of a gem, he dropped like a little pearl? Well, what you can do is use those to add to your life counter. So you can see that there's pearls forming around Spyro's head in the corner. Every time you get so many of those pearls, you get a life. You know, and this is for those who don't want to use a cheat code. So I'm not going to obviously collect all of them because I don't feel like it. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I don't feel like it. And also it doesn't affect me because my lives are at 100%. So I'm probably only going to do Artisan's Hub World tonight, which means all these little worlds I will do, and I will go on to Peacekeepers, but I'm probably not going to do much more than that tonight. Sorry, this part's fun. And I can glide to the right and glide to the left. The only thing I wish you could do a loop-de-loop. Oh, I forgot you can flap his wings too. And you can do that in the other ones as well, but it's not as much fun. Because the other ones have transition screens, which I was not a fan of. I was more a fan of the fact that you go in and you're doing your thing. You know, now these guys you can either headbutt or you can burn. I prefer burn. You know, everyone's going to figure this out that I prefer burning things. It's a lot more fun. And probably slightly sadistic. I've been told by many people while gaming that I have psychological issues. I'm aware of this, thank you. But, you know, you can see that there's going to be many things. So you can hear the egg person right above me, the egg thief. But we're not going to focus on that right now. We're going to go over here and do this little area over here. Now in this, you're going to want to pay attention because every world is going to have like hidden areas. So the last one didn't have it, but a lot of times there is going to be at least one chest with a key. Okay, awesome. My husband hopped on and confirmed that the microphone is working this time. Yay! I forgot, you can't burn those. Yay, that makes me so happy. Because it won't be an hour of silence this time, like the last two that I've done. Because I think there's been two like that. I think Kingdom Hearts 3 was one, but I think I turned the mic off on purpose for that one. And then I know the last one we did, that he and I tried to do with Tiny Tina, with Wonderlands, I know the mic was off as well. Not on purpose, just... Alright, so... Yep. Woohoo! Well, I didn't know, so I don't know if the comments show up, but basically, on my PlayStation, there's little comments that show up, if someone's joined my stream, and it pops up on my PlayStation. Okay, so this is that hidden key I was talking about, and I will show you what it goes to in a minute, but anyway, back to what I was saying. There's little comments that show up on my PlayStation, and shows me when somebody makes a comment, and I didn't know he was on the stream because he didn't message me. So that's his excuse me, like I said, I've been sick. That's his fault as far as I'm concerned. So I will show you right now what this key goes to, because that's the big thing I need, is the key in order to do this. Fall down the hole. And I know I didn't get that one dragon, but I will later. So I know people are going... But, you know, I know people are going to be like, go back and get the dragon, but I'm going to get him, don't worry. Roasted lamb, anybody? Sorry, it is so much fun to do that to these guys. Don't ask me why. And also, if Sparks ever gets low, you can burn, like, the creatures in each world, like the little frogs or the lambs or whatever it may be, to get... essentially like almost like a life point for him, because I think it's 3 hits if I remember correctly, and then you die, that Sparks will take for you. So I don't remember exactly how many it is. I think it's 3 that he will take for you. But do not quote me on that, because I usually am pretty horrible about figuring this stuff out, especially when I've had what I've been going on, which I'm not going to go into details about that, because we don't, first of all, it's very personal, and second of all, we don't really have answers on that yet, so I'm not going to say anything about what's been going on in my personal life, other than I've been sick with the flu. But I do know,
Spyro, my friend.
I hate that I can't talk. Yeah, I don't need to listen to that. Now, if you guys play this game, you can listen to the tutorials all you want, but because I've played this since '97, I don't need to hear the tutorials. I think I listened to them the very first time I played the game again, and that was it. So there's our egg thief way over there. You can see him. I'll go back to him in a minute, guys, because I want to do this part that I have trouble with every single time. I have trouble finding at least 2 of the jewels in this realm. So there's 2 of them. And I always have trouble finding at least 2 of them, is what it is. But one of the fun things about this game, the developers, they didn't want to use, like, fog effects. They did, but they didn't, is I guess what I should say. So, a lot of times when you're playing Spyro the Dragon, you will be able to see jewels across the map. So, like, if I'm standing over here and there's a jewel way over there, which you can actually slightly see in the screen right now, you will be able to see the sparkle. Now, back in when this game was made, in '97, they still use it to this day, but they used what were called polygons. And they still use this to this day, but obviously it's a lot more advanced. But okay, kind of a history lesson here. I'm very old, by the way, for those who do not know. I'm just going to straight up say my age. I'm 34 years old, so I'm old. Get over it. But one of the things they would do in video game development is a lot of times, because the screen couldn't have a lot of polygons on it at once, because that would crash the game, game developers would use what's called fog effects. So a great example of this, if for anyone who's played the Nintendo 64, would be, I think it's called Skyfox. I did not personally get a chance to play that because I did not have a Nintendo 64, so I did not personally get a chance to play that one. But I believe it is called Skyfox. And basically, what this was a Star Fox 64. Thank you, honey. Like I said, I did not play the Nintendo 64 unless I was at a friend's house. So I'm getting a chance to kind of replay all these games because I own a Nintendo Switch and I have the extended subscription. So I'm kind of getting a chance to replay this stuff like for myself now. You know, but I did not have a chance when I was a kid. My husband had one, so that's why he knows what it is. I did not. My first console was a PlayStation 2. So I was a little late in the console wars, okay? That's why I've always been a PlayStation gal, is because that was my first console. That was the one I had memories on. I am going to get annoyed if I cannot catch this guy. There we go. Okay, so I'm missing 3 gems, and if I do not find them, I'm going to, like, literally lose my mind. And that was the part that I was saying I have trouble with every time. Is I have trouble finding 3 gems on this map every single time. It doesn't matter how many times I play this game. You would think I would know where they are. I don't. It's every single freaking time that I lose 3 gems. So, we're gonna find them. I just need to figure out where they are. And usually it's up here that I wind up losing them somewhere. So, we're gonna hunt all over this. If not, I will jump down there. So as you can see, that's the first area, and I will jump back in there if I need to. But we're probably going to spend a couple minutes running around this because I miss these 3 every time. It doesn't matter how many times I play this game. You know, if it gets too much, I will come back and finish it on my own, like if it gets too much for you guys. Also, there's my skill point. Yay, people. Is that the... No, shoot. Shoot, every time I do this. You think after so many times of playing this game, you would remember. While I'm at it, let's do that. Because I know people are going to get annoyed. And I probably did miss them down here somehow. Knowing me, I probably just overlooked it. I have a tendency to do that when I'm running around, so we will hunt, see what I missed. We'll go in here. Did I miss any? Well, not that way. I gotta go this way. So we're gonna go down here, see if I missed them down here. I did not. So we're gonna go back up. Whee! So I did not miss them down there. I did not miss them in the castle, I don't think. Let me check again. I did not miss them in the castle, so it's gotta be over here. Little glitch. Excuse me. But anyway, and yes, I know we're staring at Spyro's cute butt. So for those who are wondering why I stopped playing this game, it did not have to do with frustration. It did not have to do with any of that. It actually had to do with the fact that, I explained this in a video on my YouTube channel. I actually accidentally had the save file get corrupted. So they've got to be up here. I'm missing them up here somewhere. Because I'm an idiot. Alright. So we're going to find them eventually. It's just... Wait a minute. I think I know where I missed them. Because I've hunted all over this area and I have not found those gems. Because unless they're hiding, like, over here somewhere. No, I got those ones. What about over here? Am I missing it? No, I think I got those too. Okay, I think I may know where it is, and I might have to come back later on and get them, guys. I'm gonna check the beach one more time. Otherwise, we're gonna go ahead and exit this realm. I'm gonna feel bad because it's not 100, but I will come back later on, probably in 100% on my own. Because I'm missing 3 red gems, and it's like, it's bothering me because I may have missed them in here. Nope. Okay. This really bothers me, but we are going to go back to the hub world. I will come back and find those gems later. Or I may not. I don't know right now. I'm going to be honest. I do not know if I'm going to, because it frustrates me. Do. Burning. Because see, like, this bothers me when it's not even numbers. So, that's why I said I may go back and find them later. I may just ignore it for once. Yes, I know, the artisan world. Okay, I'm gonna ignore them. Except for you. You got in my way. So. And yes, I know this is not the normal way to do things. Okay, it was called Dark Hollow. I didn't remember. I may have combined 2 worlds. But anyway, so yeah, basically, oh, I got him before the shield. Yay! I never do that. I'm so proud of myself. Alright, so as you can see, if they have their shield in place, you have to headbutt them. I don't like headbutting things. I don't like headbutting shit. Oh yeah, I got him before. Yay. I'm a happy person. Alright, this is the only one that frustrates me because you have to hit them in the butt. Because if you try to do it when they're facing you, you will get like this huge roar. So like if I go to the edge here, you'll see. They roar at you, they say, oh, I have armor. And then they do that. And they piss me off. There we are. Now I got him. Finally! Alright. Down here. I'm hoping this time I get everything. Because if I don't, I'm going to be frustrated, especially after the last world. So I'm hoping this time I can get everything. Because the last world really frustrated me. Alright. I do that every time. So sometimes I'll press the skip scene button, which is the triangle button on the PlayStation. It's basically going to be your up button on your 4 buttons, not your D-pad. You know, so whatever system you have, it's always going to be your up one to skip. I guess it would be to skip a cutscene is the best way of saying it. You know, however, I'm not really sure it would be called a cutscene. So, because it's just like a dragon talking. So I'm not really sure it would be a cutscene. You know, I didn't skip the one at the very beginning because, well, I'm going to be honest, that's just quite frankly funny to me. Like, especially watching the newer version of them doing that. I don't know what it is, it's just funnier. But some of the designs they did on the dragons this time around. Because I don't know if many people out there watching have played the PlayStation version of Spyro. Okay, that's what I mean. If you don't get these guys on time, they hit you. And then we're gonna light the bonfires. Like, you literally have to press it before they start hitting you. or before you get to them. And actually, while I'm at it, kill a frog. I don't know if that's actually how you kill a frog in real life. I've never killed a frog. I'm like... Shut Tech will tell you I am the biggest pacifist towards animals in my life. You know, I don't even, like, except for spiders. I will kill a spider, like, no problem. But otherwise, when it comes to, like, cats and dogs and even frogs, I am the biggest pacifist ever. Like, I don't want to kill it. But when it comes to a spider or a bug, like really any bug, I will kill it, no problem. Sorry, bugs, especially wasps. I am one of these people of, I seriously wonder why God invented the wasp. And yes, I know, like, I know yellow jackets, like, people always tell me, yellow jackets are good. I don't care. It's still a wasp. You know, why did God invent the wasp? And if someone can answer me that, please do, because I don't know why there's two things I don't know why God invented. Yes, I'm a Christian, so that's why I say it the way I do. There's two things I don't know why he invented. The wasp and the platypus. For the platypus, I think he just ran out of things to invent. And no one is going to tell me otherwise on that one. Alright, time to do the boss. So this is the level I do save for last, and you always want to make sure you have a full sparks before going in here, and let me explain why. The boss levels are the only levels where, number one, you're only going to have like one dragon throughout the entire level. And you're not going to have anything to revive sparks. So if you die, you are gonna, like, regret it. And with these dogs, you want to burn them the first time and then run away as fast as you can. Because these dogs are a pain in the butt. So you're gonna come up, you're gonna burn the dog, you're gonna run away, because he'll jump as far as you go. Now, the only thing is with him, with this, you're gonna see me skip this beginning part a little bit. Like, there's some dogs over here and a shepherd. I am gonna come back to that because I'm gonna go to that dragon and get that save point. And let me explain why. There is one dragon throughout this entire thing, and anytime you step over a dragon, your game auto-saves. And if you notice, I'm letting the dogs go back to their original position before I go back. I have to do these dogs because of the fact that, you know, stuff. Alright, there's the dragon. So, as you see, I'm heading straight for him because of the fact that anytime you step on a dragon platform, no matter what it is, you're going to autosave. So I always head, in any boss level, this is a personal thing, and it's a very good tip, head straight for that dragon platform. Well, and if you can get them to like jump towards you and burn them, like if that first round you can burn those dogs, so it's great. You know, I've never been the greatest at it, as you can see. Like, I'm kind of succeeding today, but like today I'm kind of succeeding at it, but you know, normally I kind of suck. So, and if it seems like I'm quiet sometimes, normally I play these games just with the headset on, just letting you know. I play them with the headset, but it is literally just usually me in here by myself, quietly playing. So if it seems like I'm quiet at points, I'm either really concentrating, especially not on this game as much. This game I can kind of like, oh, you know, it's fun. But if we get to like, because I want to do it eventually, I just don't know when I'm going to get a chance to. I want to eventually do one of the Final Fantasies, but I'm still in the process of deciding which one I'm going to do. Am I going to do an older game that's been remastered, or am I going to ultimately do one of the older ones that, you know, was one of my classics, or, you know, introductions. So, like, I'll just tell you guys straight up, my first introduction to Final Fantasy was Final Fantasy X, which is still one of my favorites to this day. It's not my absolute favorite, but it's in my top 3. You know, it's in my top 3. And Final Fantasy X, I include both 10 and 10-2 because they, in my opinion, even though 10-2 is a separate game, they are one cohesive story. Just like you've got like all the DLC and the movie for 15. So, all right. I made a decision. I am not going to go get those gems just because it is going to frustrate me to high heaven to try to go back and get those. So, sorry, text message. Well, you're the one who decided to hide in here, dude. Okay, so after you've done pretty much everything you've seen me on the screen doing, except for those 2 gems, or 2 or 3 gems in the one world, you're gonna go to the balloonist, which is through the castle, not the one that's directly behind you, although I hope one day they would be able to take the camera through as a glitch to see what's behind there. So I am gonna head to the next world. But we are not going to go through it tonight. We are going to leave it be. You know, because this is going to be a series, and I think doing each hub world along with the respective worlds in one go is going to be a good pace for this game. Now, this is one that I'm going to complete first before starting another game. Just because I have a tendency not to do that, and then I get started on something else, and then I'm like, oh, yay. Now, there is one game I'm not going to stream for quite some time, and let me explain why before I turn this off. I am not... A lot of people have been asking me, because a lot of people who watch these things are also friends with me on PlayStation. There is 2 games I will never stream. One is Final Fantasy XIV, just because that game is so complex it ain't funny. I will stream, like, if we do an event on there, or I will stream, like, that if I'm doing a life update, like, for 10 minutes or something, and it's just playing in the background, because I don't have a camera, really, to do, like, a camera stream. Oh, hi, Sparks. Sorry, Sparks, as you just saw, came up to the screen. It was really cute. But basically... that is one game I will not stream because that has 4 expansion packs to try to go through. I am barely through. I think on one character, I just started the second expansion. Well, the first expansion. It would be the second part of the game because obviously A Realm Reborn was part 1. I think I just started that on 1. And then there's another character that I just started that I just restarted the game and I do this a lot because I get friends who have characters on different worlds, and I know you can transfer your characters. But I don't like to do that because a lot of times I'm a lot higher level than them, so it's kind of unfair because I kill everything and then they don't get the experience for it. So a lot of times what I'll do, especially with new players who maybe are just getting into the game, I will start a brand new character, or I will start one, I'll say, hey, what level are you on? And they'll tell me, like, say, oh, I'm level 15. And I said, okay, let me start a character, build them up to level 15. I know that doesn't take one night, but I'll tell them, hey, can we meet up in a few weeks on 14 to do that? that's the reason I will not stream 14. Just because that world is so expansive, that lore is so expansive, I just not going to do it. I'm not going to touch it. The other game I will not stream right now, and this is because I'm personally finishing it, is Tales of Arise. That has been one that people have been asking me to do because they know I'm into the Tales of series. I'm very hesitant to do any Tales of game because it is a lot of cutscenes and a lot of lore. So there's a lot of times I would have to turn my mic off. And part of me doing the streaming is I like the interaction. I like the talking. I like interacting with you guys. I like you guys knowing and giving me feedback. If you guys have any feedback, of course, message me and let me know. Or make a comment on the video. But we are going to end here for tonight, guys. So I want you guys, if you like this sort of content, I do a lot of family-friendly content. If you guys like this, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell notification button so that you would never miss when I am heading online. So, goodbye for now, everybody.